Okay, I'm making this video to assist you in the setting up of your presentation or how your presentation should be presented for the Hodge project. So the first thing I want to show you is that if you go to present, you need to go to present as you go through your Hodge project to make sure that the items are setting up correctly. So you go to present. Remember, the objective of this project is to create an interactive map. So one of the first things that you have to include in your slides is a map. And it has to be a map relevant to the locations you're supposed to be researching. So if you are the 7th graders, this is the map that you should have on your presentation. Now, notice that there are markers on here for each and every location that you have to identify. So I think you have to identify 12 markers, so there should be 12 or more markers on your map. So once you get your map here and you include your markers is going to be a link to the page that gives you more information about that location. So for example, if I click on Masjid al-Haram, it's going to take me to a page that's going to tell me more about Masjid al-Haram. Now, I also recommend that you use a return to the map arrow. So you can click on here, it returns you back to the map, and then someone can click on the next location that they're interested in. But once you click on Masjid al-Haram, you can create a page similar to this. It doesn't have to be like this, but you can use it like this, or you can, this slide tells you to go to other places near the Masjid al-Haram. So from here, you click on Zamzam enclosure, and it should take you to a slide that tells you about the Zamzam enclosure. Now notice I have two return arrows here. One is going to return me back to this page because of the type of page that it is. And then I can click on the Kaaba or the black stone or so on and so forth. Or I can return back to the map. So I return back to the map. So that is an example of how your map should present and also ideas on how you can set up your pages. Now, you do not have to include a page like this. You could have gone straight from the map to this page and then return to the map and go to the next location. Okay? That's up to you. Now, the next item. So that's one item. If you're an 8th grader, you're doing the pilgrimage route, the Hajj route. So here, this person used this type of map. So let's do the presentation view. They used this type of map, and they had 5 locations that they had to identify. This location, Mikat, was not on this map, so they included it, which was a very smart idea. So you click on these locations. So for example, I click here, and it takes me to a page about Muzdalifah. Excuse my pronunciation. And it takes you to a page that gives you information about that location. And then here's your return to the map location. So you return there. Now, another item that you have to remember, both 7th and 8th grade, is that you are supposed to be shown also including the rites of Umrah or the rites of Hajj. So it's the rites of Umrah if you are 7th grade and the rites of Hajj if you are 8th grade. So here is a link to the rites of Hajj, and it can take you to a page similar to this. It doesn't have to be like this exactly, but it's similar to this. If you click on, and notice that if there's a link coloration here, if you click here, it can take you back to the map. I mean, not the map, to the page about Muzdalifah. You can also, so return back to the map, go to the rites of Hajj. This could be like your last page in your presentation, where it breaks down the different things that are transpiring throughout the Hajj or throughout the Umrah. And then you can have various links. So you can go here, Umrah, and then the various links to the description of how it's supposed to be performed. That's just an example. Okay, if you're doing the Hajj, when you mention Mina here, this could be a link. You mention Jamarat, that could be a link. Okay, you mention Arafat, that can be a link. So these are the different ways that you can create your presentation. Now, the next thing I want to show you, before I show you the next thing, I just want to make clear that your presentation is interactive. So someone looking at your presentation should be able to click on certain things and learn about that thing, that location. Okay? Click on it, learn about it. Okay? Now, the next thing I want to show you is that a lot of you may be having problems with this. So, here you have the return to the map arrow. And so this is the only place you want someone to click on. But unfortunately, they click over here. And what happens? It takes you to a slide, the next slide in the presentation. And you do not want to do that because this is not a slideshow. It's an interactive map. So how do we prevent this from happening? So I'm going to go back to the editing version and I'm going to bring this up. So I only want someone to be able to click on this arrow and I don't want them to click on the right part. So what you need to do is you need to add a rectangular shape. Take the shape from the top of the slide to the bottom of the slide. It should cover the whole slide. And then you need to go to the coloration of the square and make it transparent. So now you see the slide underneath. And right now, this is on top. So if I go back to presentation view and I try to click on this arrow, it's still taking me to the next page. Even clicking on that arrow is taking me to the next page. So what you need to do is, while you have this square or rectangle highlighted, you need to create a link. And the link needs to be the link to the page itself. So this is page number 7, and I'm going to link it to page number 7. As soon as I can get down here. Okay. So I'm going to link it to page number 7. Apply that, go back to my presentation, what happens? Now when I click anywhere, including the arrow, nothing happens. Nothing happens, okay? So, because it's linking me right back to the page. So, but I still want to click on this arrow. Now, let's say I want this arrow. So now I'm going to highlight the page. I'm going to pull it back a little bit, and I'm going to highlight my arrow. And I need to create a link for this arrow. So say I want this arrow to be linked to the map page. So I'm going to go to slide number 1. Apply. Okay. And this is show you that all I did was link the arrow, but it's still not working. I go back to the presentation. I click here on the white space and nothing happens. I click here, nothing happens. I click even where it's a slide 1, nothing happens. So now, how do I get how do I allow my readers to click on the arrow? So highlight the square again, pull it back, highlight the arrow, and go to formatting. Sorry, maybe it's not formatting. It's slide. Insert. Nope. Arrangements. I'm sorry. Arrangements. Go to arrange, and go to order and bring that arrow to the front. Bring to front. Once you bring it to the front, highlight your square again, or your rectangle. Pull it all the way to the end of the slide, and now go to your presentation. Try to click in the white space, nothing. Try to click on this arrow, it takes you to where you want to go. So that's how you prevent your slides from going to the next slide. You have to create a transparent rectangle over the entire slide, and the only thing that should be on top of the rectangle are the things that are the items or the markers that you want your reader to be able to click on. If you have any questions regarding this, please ask me before your projects are due. And also, I want to let you know that I uploaded 2 documents on the website under the Hodge project page, and one of the documents is a guide on what you need to include in your presentation to get 100%, and it's also another one is a checklist of the skills that you learn while creating this project, and that has to be submitted with your final project. So you need to go on the website and see what updates I made. Also, for those of you who have to include the 5 gates of Masjid al-Haram on your presentation, please go to the website. I've created a link, a resource link that will take you, that give you more information, because I know some people may have had problems finding the gates and information on the gates. So I uploaded a link to a website that will help you find out more information about the 5 main gates of Masjid al-Haram. There's actually many, many more, I think 95 in total, but I wanted you to tell me about the 5. And the 5 is located here on this map. It's King Fahd Gate, Umar Gate, Fatah Gate, As-Salam Gate, King Abdul Aziz Gate. Those are the 5 gates that I'm referring to, just in case you were not sure. Okay, so that's it for this video, and hopefully it was very helpful. If you have, remember, if you have any questions, you can either contact me through Edmodo, ask me in class, and also pay attention to the comments that I'm making on your slides and make those necessary edits so that you can get the maximum points for your presentation. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum.